Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Men's Hangout. Men's Hangout is a program where we talk about issues from men's perspective. Here, we don't no dull moment.
At all, no dull at all. Never for once, dull moments.
Yeah, man. My name is Nasir Yunusa, and
I'm Remy Okenwa. Back in the days,
what's up?
you know when we used to. I know you want to hear what I'm talking about. The basic fact is this: we are here back again to entertain you, to give you that which you are looking for. What is it? Juicy entertainment.
Yes.
That can make you relax. It's men's hangout. You know when men sit, hang out, chilling with some bottles. You know what I'm talking about? It's
Men
always
gist.
so loving, interesting gist about women, opposite sex, and the rest of it.
Yeah.
So chill, relax. We're coming back.
Today we'll be looking at societal pressures that men face. This is Click Naija online radio. Follow us on our social media handle for Facebook and Instagram is Click Naija. You can also listen to us via www.clicknaija.net. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel now.
All right, guys. You're welcome back to Click Naija. So let's move. What societal pressure do you think affects men? Yes. You know, these are issues most times that people rarely talk about. Societal pressures. You ask, you may want to ask, does pressure actually affect men? Does men really get into pressured over societal issues? Okay, before we treat that, you can keep your comments coming to our live videos on Facebook.
Yep, you can keep your comment coming through our live video here on Facebook. Now, most men get stressed about becoming the quintessential perfect man rather. This pressure is taught to them by their family members, friends, elders, and other constituents of the society. Now, the peer pressure to become the perfect man is more stressful than office pressure or the inability to maintain the work-life balance. Now, let me start with my G. Remo,
Yeah, my nigga.
is there anything like a perfect man?
Oh, geez. I wonder that word, where that perfect man is being found. I wouldn't mind to locate it that way. But in this world that we are living in, this earthly world, I don't think there's any perfect man anywhere.
Okay.
People are meant to have some, unbalanced effectiveness of a man that makes them to be complete.
Yeah.
So as for the fact that we are men, you can never be complete. You can never be perfect. So because of that, I know there are so many expectations, societal expectations, socioeconomic expectations from the society. You understand? For men to be, in quote, perfect. Now, you have often heard that this is the men's world.
It's a men's world.
You understand?
Yeah.
Such word, comes with a lot of expectations.
A lot.
You understand? Because
Pressures.
if indeed it's a man's world, the next thing should be there are some basic expectations that has been expected from men.
Yeah.
You understand? And sometimes if you're not well built as a man, if you do not have such societal shock absorbers. You understand? If you don't have that emotional infrastructure, as I often say, you may not be able to withstand the issues that comes with societal expectation. Invariably, these are mostly things that affect me if you do not have the skills to handle some of these pressures. So that is what I have to say now. And to get into the nitty-gritties, you shall be having the first right informations on what affects men and how men do handle them.
Yeah.
So now it's over to you.
Okay. I just saw a comment that I want to take, and I think I should take that comment.
Okay.
Simon Matthias, my guy, longest time. How far? He said, "Bad guy. Make we see whom him go marry."
Now so it be, man. I can't tell your word. Okay?
You understand?
Say, person they fall bad guy. Now make him marry. Now we'll see what's that. You understand? Yes, exactly. The Superman, in other words. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Make
that's
we see,
what-
make him settle down
make
now,
we
so that we
see,
can be able to
catch up.
ascertain
Whether
this
that-
stuff is made of.
Yes,
So that is it.
Yes, sir. Thanks for that comment, Mama
Thanks, bro.
Matthias.
Thanks, bro.
We
We
also
missed
have,
you. Okay.
yeah,
Missed
we
you,
also
bro.
have what we want versus what we need.
Mm.
Yes.
Mm.
I think, please, someone, if you are still here, elaborate. Tell
Yeah,
us more, explain. Thank you very much. So what do you think about what we want versus what we need here?
You know, there are needs and there are wants.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
Well, our wants could be so many. And if you do not know, if you do not have the wisdom to narrow down your wants and dispense things that you may not need,
Yeah.
narrow it down to your needs, you find that your need, you can always meet up with your needs, but not your wants. I know you want to become the president of this country.
Yes.
Are you ready for it? I know you want to marry a perfect woman. Excuse.
Yes.
That is what the Matthias said.
Yes.
Get down, chill until you get settled down. We'll be able to find out whether Nas will be able to smile like this. You understand that thing called mood swing sometimes. You're about coming to work and you have not settled some home issues, domestic issues, and if you are very unlucky to have a wife who doesn't know how to manage her husband, she may drag you on your clothing, she may drag you on your ties. Say, young man, you ain't going nowhere. That's what these are things that test a man. What makes a man? Knowing how to handle such situations.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So that is just it. We'll get deep into this matter.
There's this saying like, no be your mate, be your bikubana.
Yes, exactly. Because
when you come from that angle, when people compare, just because you're a man, another man is successful, and they compare you to another man now, telling you no be your mate, be your bikubana. That's what is very, very common.
Yeah, well, those who make such comments first, who does not understand the concept of life, does not know what success is all about. Talk about Obi Kubana because
we have another comment. You can continue.
Okay, talk about Obi Kubana simply because social media hyped him. It's not that he's that wealthy to compare to a lot of men who are wealthy but you cannot hear about them. Don't forget, he runs an entertainment sector. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So you can always hear about that. So if I have someone who makes such comments,
now, for instance, during his mom's burial, now many of us, our moms are still alive. You understand? Then your mom said, you see what that my pikin will be coming and do now. It's not what me do for me. Okay, someone like Dino Melai now. Dino to give his mom a perfect burial. Okay, should we say perfect burial? Okay. You know, he rode her into a horse, what the chariot or something. Now, this kind of pressure that they are putting on some of us innocent men that cannot reach this place, but they want you to hustle. This financial pressure.
See, my brother, as you're going about your daily activities, planning your life, you do not open a negative gate. Do not open your gate anyhow for people to stroll in anything. You should learn how to, men should learn how to close their gate and leave the smaller one open for easy exit. Okay, when you leave your doors, your gate wide open, anything, lion can come, tigers can come, cow can come. I understand your problem. You understand? So in other words, okay, everyone have their own destiny and their own timing. And how do you determine what you're going to be? You must have to be an architect of your own life. You must have to determine what happens to you. You must be in charge of your life. Anyone who makes that comment to you, tell them, Obi Kubana is just a small boy. You understand what I'm saying? A small boy. You understand what I'm saying?
We have a comment here. What do you think? Okay, why do you think a woman would grab your shirt? You made a statement about
Yes,
pressure of,
exactly,
you know.
exactly,
Now she's
exactly.
asking, Jennifer Ogo is asking, why do you think a woman will grab you by your shirt?
Yes,
Pressure.
Jennifer
Wait,
Ogo. Let me respond to your message directly.
yes.
Before I made that comment, I said if you're unlucky,
Mm-hmm.
if you're unlucky to
Yep.
have a woman who does not know how to discipline her emotions,
Okay.
anything can come up. You understand?
Let me ask this question.
Okay.
Discipline your emotions, and if she thinks you are not measuring up as a man in the house, like financially, because that's what will cause issues between couples. That will make a woman to grab your shirt.
Yeah. So now the issue is this: measuring up,
Yeah.
measuring up with your financial, meeting up with your
Yeah.
financial obligations.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you're asking, right?
Yes.
First, why do you date? When you meet a woman and you want to get married to her,
Yeah.
you guys will first and foremost get to know each other. That process of getting to know each other is called dating. You understand?
Yeah.
So by then you should be able to decipher the kind of woman you have, and the woman should be able to know the kind of person you have, your financial capacity at that moment,
Yeah.
and your hustling spirit. Hustling spirit is not by fating it out, but by carefully orchestrated plans to achieve your goals and objective. You understand what I'm saying?
I get you.
By the time you have a lady whom you plan together with, I bet you such scenario will never come up.
Do you know this? Okay, fine. She now said, "You Remy, you attract what you think." Do you agree with that?
You attract what you think.
Yeah.
It depends. What have you ever seen? There are some. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somehow, you attract what you think. Attract what you think in this sense that if you are not qualified to have a lead, there's a job that you're not qualified for. You understand what I'm saying? You see that this job is so juicy.
This is another pressure on guys.
You understand?
How do you say a guy is not qualified to grab a lead?
Yes, some men
Some
come
men.
sweet talk some ladies.
Yeah. Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
When you come, this aspect is very, very important.
Yeah.
When a man meets a lady he likes, instead of being real, haven't you heard of Abuja men before? Abuja men are the ones that represent this kind of characters I'm talking about.
Okay.
You meet a lady, giving her a false impression kind of lifestyle, that you own this, you are that, and based on that premise, the lady gets into your life, not knowing that you're a scam. Not knowing that you're a
brings
scam.
us to the Yahoo boy pressure. Now, many guys, because of the pressure, societal pressure, will you agree that that's why many guys went into Yahoo boys, those Yahoo guys, Yahoo guys? Because now, I want to have a house, I want to have a Porsche car, I want to be the celebrities on Instagram and everything I see. Do you understand? Now, do you think this is part of what we see, making people the pressure?
You see, let me give you a broad a view about this thing Yahoo stuff. You see, crime, internet crime, financial crime is directly related to. Okay, let me say financial crimes and internet crimes in general is directly related to the leadership of a country, the economy of a country.
Are you saying that the pressure in the home, in the society, is not causing any of this things like crime?
Most times I don't like responding to issues on the surface. I like looking at it from the root cause of it.
Let me take this comment.
Okay.
What we want? Okay, thanks for replying us. Now, what we want? She should be fine, attractive, high tech, standard, highly educated, etc. Now, what we need is she should be peaceful, great friend, God fearing, great mother, and manager, etc. Most times, both are not equal in one person. I concur.
Yeah.
Simon
Matthias, you are blessed.
You are blessed.
You are blessed.
Your babe is enjoying. What if she has all this quality?
No, being able to know what you want and being able to define what you want.
Okay.
You understand? So that is, I must commend him for such, explanations. You understand what I'm saying? You must be able to differentiate wants and needs.
Yeah.
In order not to put yourself in unnecessary pressures.
Yeah.
Understand?
Drama.
Seriously,
Yeah.
you just like as we were discussing before we came online, you must know how to be in charge of your life.
Exactly.
You must be the alpha and omega of your life.
Okay.
First, apart from
let's
God.
take this comment. Sophie,
yeah,
okay.
You see Sophie.
You see, Sophie said comments from mothers or wives like your mates are making it. Go and hustle like real men do.
Good. Most times.
You see this comment?
Yes, you see this comment.
It has led many people to Yahoo Boy.
You see, sometimes mothers may not really have the required skill to motivate their kids.
Yes.
This may not actually be a negative stuff. Guy, let me tell you, one of the things that supports men, one of the things that encourages men, that pushes men to go beyond their comfort zone, to leave their comfort zone to get things working in their life, are criticism.
Exactly.
Criticism and these peer pressures and some of these pressures we are talking about.
When you put words into a guy,
you understand what I'm saying?
He stands up. I agree. Well, positively.
Yeah.
When some people use it as mounting, you know that he is not capable, he can't reach that point you are trying to get him to, but you use words, harsh words on men. Do you know many men have gone as loose nuts because of those harsh words?
Exactly. That also has to do with good parental upbringing. You must be able to give your children, because whatever the society is come from a family. Dysfunctional families.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So for us to start correcting such ills, you and I, who are yet to get married, who will soon marry, must ensure that we are well prepared.
Yeah.
In order to have the right mental stability, mental strength.
Mental strength.
You understand what I'm saying?
That word,
to be able to
bear the consequences.
Bring out another life and set agenda for them. Set them on the pace that they will not derail. It comes with most challenges, but men are meant to stand for challenges. If there are no challenges that comes to you, criticism, such words like societal pressures, if you do not, these are things that actually forms men. These are things that makes men. They helps a man to become a man indeed. You understand? Because if there are no criticism, if there are no insults from different angles, my brother, you may seem to be so comfortable in your own. You understand? Okay. You will not have anything to leave your comfort zone to go hustle.
I don't agree with this comment too, because like when you bring what type of insult, it depends, like you said, it depends on the mental capacity of the man.
Yeah, that was why I took it back to the family. Okay. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
If children are well tutored, if they're well nurtured on how to handle expectations of them, you must be able to bring a child in a way to expect some of these things.
Because words,
bullies, they bully children. Yeah, you understand?
There's a difference between words and in our parlance we say yans.
Okay, but you cannot determine what comes to you. You cannot decide the kind of stuff that is being thrown at you. Okay. You understand? You have often heard that when someone throws a stone on you, use it to build mansions. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Those stones are hurtful. Yeah. They are hurtful words. They are hurtful pressures. Yeah. So you must be able to know how to maximize it and transform them to your own advantage.
Now, let's go to Men Don't Cry.
Okay.
Now, this pressure that be a man up,
Yeah.
When you are full of emotions, you need, sometimes we need somebody that we want to express what is really worrying us, apart from our friends, guys. But that word man up, you can hold up onto these emotions. Do you agree with this?
Well, the truth of the matter is this: men and women were actually built to have such kind of mental or emotional strength. Yeah. If I'm permitted to use that word again. Yeah. It's that emotional infrastructure. Yeah. That emotional stuff. What makes people to burst out, start crying, are just emotions, simple emotions. You said something to them, or they lose a loved one, or you hurt them, and
societal pressures.
Yeah, societal pressures makes people start crying. You understand? Some, but determines.
For instance, okay, you're working fine and good. You're working and your finances, what you have, your salary, your current earnings cannot pay your bills.
Mm.
You have house rent, you have like 3 children's school fees to pay, you know, you are hustling day and night, but it's still not meeting. Don't you think a man will break down? Don't you think these are the pressures that will make somebody break down? You understand? Maybe your wife is not she's not working, she's not adding up anyhow. You know what I'm saying?
I
This
got you.
pressure from this corner, you know, when you see a man hustling day and night, in fact, he has no comfort. All he thinks about is making sure family first, other than himself. See, you will see many guys that will tell you, see, I don't know when last I buy clothes. I don't know when last I buy shoe. You know, anything they get is about the family. Don't you think this is another pressure on men? Don't you think it's too much on guys?
You see, some of this narrative has been well enunciated first. We must recognize the fact that there are a lot of concerns as regards to this, societal pressures. But to be honest, just like as I said before this show began, whatever you call a thing becomes a thing. If you buy dog, any name you name that dog is what it's going to be called. No, buy a dog, call that dog societal pressure. That is what that dog will respond to. Societal pressure start running to you.
All right, so let me take this comment. Life generally filled with pressure, and it does not only apply to men, but family pressure is something I think affects men. Do you see that? Family pressure.
Yes,
Now, any African man has a natural and expected responsibility to
uphold his family, both
financially and otherwise.
Yeah, this one has to do with cultures. You understand? African cultures.
It's also a pressure.
Exactly, African cultures.
Also a pressure, like on guy. Okay, festive in Africa now, they're expecting the man to provide for his family, his extended family, and everything. You understand? Maybe it's the pressure now all the family. This pressure alone.
I know. You know this pressure. I must.
Have you not seen? Have you got to places that you see somebody slumber? He came to eat and he just.
Do you know what? Do you know what? You know when we talked about this thing, there was angle I was bringing in.
Yeah.
And that is a failure of government for national planning. When a government does not have a good national planning, as in they don't plan for their citizens. Now, Nigeria is now being seen and known as poverty capital of the world. What do you think will be the effects of those things? Stress, financial stress, mental stress, and the rest of it. A lot of people are looking for job. A lot of people, considering the inflation and all manner of things that is happening, free fall of naira. These things have so much pressure, bring so much pressure on family. Just like Jennifer rightly said, her message was so apt and succinctly well captured. You understand? Yeah. Family pressures. But the truth of the matter is, in all that too, first and foremost, recognize the fact that these are the challenges you have in your country. Understand that, write it down with the major challenges in the country. Financial pressures. Now, you start planning your life. If you're a young man who wants to settle down, you start saying, okay, the job I'm having currently, can he actually take care of the family? With a wife and a kid, can he take care of that? If it cannot, then delay your marriage a little bit. Mostly why people usually say people from the south, they don't get married easily. They just want to have everything before they get married. These are one of the reasons, because they don't want to carry unnecessary pressures that will break them down. Now, it calls to planning. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, this job, my earning cannot take care of it. What you now do, you now find an avenue to have extra other sources of income. You see that you engage your woman, your wife, or your partner. It's very, very important for couples to work together, closely knitted together. You understand what I'm saying? In order to address most of these challenges, most of these factors that bring about societal pressures. You understand? When you take care of your home, properly plan your daily activities and your daily expenditures, weekly expenditures, monthly expenditures, that is being in charge of your life.
All right.
You understand?
I get you, my guy. And so we have another comment from Simon Matthias. He said, societal pressure of the new trend, feminists. Yes. See, their pressure is there.
Yeah.
They are trying to change. Okay, let me not conclude. You understand?
Yeah.
The pressure of feminists trying to change certain norms in how women think. Now, do you understand?
Mm.
Now, this is coming up. It's our new generation ladies.
Mm.
Now, when you know what I'm saying,
I understand
they
it.
are thinking, and the way our mother brought us up, things are beginning to change. Are you not noticing that trend?
The truth of the matter is this: a lot of ignorance people, bunch of ignorant people, okay, misplaced this, the true essence of this feminism.
Yeah.
Feminism is just all about defending women's rights. What are their rights? You can marry a wife and be abusing your wife. You cannot marry a wife and be abusing your wife.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so there are a lot of things, some equality. For example, a woman should be able to contest for an election. A woman should be able to run for presidency, governorship, local government, any organization, even an organization as ours. A woman is capable of handling anything that a man can handle. You understand what I'm saying? So if you see some of these feminists, it's only ignorant people who think that you and your man must be fighting. When your man talks one, you talk two. That is misconception about that in feminism. And most people who,
I'm sure that's the angle what's his name? Simon Matthias.
Exactly.
From, like,
exactly.
Women don't bow to their men like the way our mom and dad were doing in those days. They feel like it's like an equal head. Maybe that's what he's
do you know where it's from? In every organization, such as family, workplace, and all that, there must be hierarchy.
You understand?
And you must follow that principle.
Okay.
How can your boss now come and tell you do this and you're arguing with the boss, I must not do that?
Yes.
You say, okay, this is do you call it how do I put it now? You want to bring feminism in your workplace? Can it work? You know what that will attract? It will attract, first a query. From query, if you not address yourself, you not step yourself down.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you'll be suspended. And that is how it should be in a family.
Okay.
When you have a wife who does not understand her roles, bringing up this feminism wrong interpretation of feminism. You understand what I'm saying? Such kind of thing cannot come because I can handle it so perfectly. Let me tell you, I came to this world alone and I must leave this world alone.
Correct.
Marrying somebody.
Let me bring you here. We go out on Hangouts. When you go to Hangouts, what do you notice? You see men bringing their pressures to those Hangouts. You see how guys talk about issues at home, financial. You know what I'm saying about. They tell you the kind of stress they pass in their home. In fact, some of them when they are talking, you think you don't want to get into marriage, but it's not something that we can talk about here.
Now that's the reason why we have Click Naija Men's Hangout to address some of these issues.
Okay, let's take our last comment. Life is hard, but in Nigeria it is harder. Oh boy.
Heartbreaking. My darling, please don't be heartbroken. We understand.
But
we understand.
It go better.
The truth of the matter is this. Better. If you are never thirsty, you may never understand or understand the value of water. Yeah. You need to be thirsty
to understand the value
of water. Now, if you let me respond before you come in. If you just feel like going to drink water without being thirsty, you will not feel the taste of that water. But you need to be properly thirsty for you to understand. What do I mean by this? Yeah. You see this hardness or hardness, the way you are trying to put it. This hardness of a thing brings out the stuff you are made of. Brings out the creativity in you. God has endowed us with enormous power, enormous creativity and skills. Sometimes when you don't bring them out, when you don't train yourself, when you don't push yourself, my dear, things may get more harder. So it's the time we start understanding that aspect.
Now let me just conclude here. This is the version of your mama train you well. Like when he's talking, you can see the passion, how he's encouraging young men that even though there's societal pressure, we can pull through, we can move through. Like even though the country is hard, we know that there are still great opportunities in this country. Come on, man, move out. Encourage yourself. Don't be depressed. You understand? Don't be depressed. Nigeria is hard, we know, but it will be better. Things will be fine. We will shine. We will make the country proud.
Exactly. You can always bring yourself out of any situation. Yeah. You and I can enjoy when you look around your home, you see electricity. Yeah. All right. Yeah. There's someone called Michael Faraday. He was the one that invented electricity. Yeah. But do you know the stress he went through? He tried several times before you and I can enjoy this today. Do you know what a lot of societies are missing just because you've refused to do the needful.
Yeah.
When you try something, it doesn't work, does not mean you're a failure. You can never a failure, you're a success.
Yeah.
Loading things that a lot of society will enjoy.
Yeah.
Maybe these societal pressures, why a lot of people are going through it, because you and I have failed to live up to our responsibilities. So let us start taking up our responsibilities, work harder, know that nothing can stop you except you stop yourself.
Yeah.
Don't take no for an answer. Every object remains at a stationary until a force is applied to it. So begin to apply that force and see your life excel.
Yeah,
Thank you so very much. Meet you next week Friday. God bless you.
Thanks to everyone who viewed us live here on Facebook. Men's Hangout will be back next week with another edition or Click Naija Radio. Now, if you missed any of our show, you can watch everything on our YouTube channel. My name is Nasir Yunusa.
Adam Remy Okenwa. As usual, meet you next week Friday by 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless you.